you guys volunteered for a suicide mission. You raised your hand, even surprised yourselves perhaps when you did. And as you did, you responded to the mayor of Digger's Pit when he called for those that would be brave enough to go after the hive. Primarily, you needed to distract the encroaching roaches, if you will, to keep them away from town by distracting them and basically just doing this mad dash so that they would be distracted by you and not attack the town. So the town was leaving. People that were the quickest getting ready are on their way. Few remain getting their things together. But already you have achieved your purpose of distraction with this big truck named Bertha going down the canyon road and making your way toward the hive. So we left off in our text RP with you guys making your way down that road, and you were loaded up pretty well for the waste. Who ended up having the small machine gun, the SMG? Because I don't know if anybody claimed that, but that's out there with 8 bullets, fully loaded.
I know I passed off the rocket launcher, and I know Mitch picked up the shotgun.
So I think that goes to Vegas then.
Yeah, so I can take it, but I have my bow. So, but yeah,
so if it makes more sense for, Mitch is a gunner here. Yeah. He's a boomer. So if it makes sense that he has the guns, great. It's just, I just want to be sure that was noted that you guys have a fully loaded SMG, because that's a bump in power for sure.
I was going to say I definitely have the slots for it, and if Psycho does not want it, Mitch will definitely sling it.
I think Psycho is good. He's got his claws. He's got the rocket launcher, and he's got hope.
Okay, I will put the SMG to good use then.
We hope so.
So, you guys, in a last moment of stillness, as the dirt crunches and the chittering of roaches is in your ears, you round the corner, the Devil's Gulch.
Ah, flip.
As you do, you see a swarm of worker drones. They are terraforming the gulch, preparing it to make it more hospitable to roach kind. And what happens is, as your truck kind of chugs up to the entrance of the canyon, you attract all of their attention as they all turn toward you. You see ahead of you at the end of this canyon the entrance to the hive. And as you look on, you see ahead of you that entrance. And what will happen is you are going to make it a quarter of the way each turn driving. So you have 4 rounds to reach the hive. And I'm just going to move
nice.
the smaller truck along in the bottom left. That's a little mini map of you on the truck. So that's not going to move around. That's to give placement when these bugs eventually start coming toward you and are on the truck. So what we are going to do is, there's this moment of kind of this standoff where the roaches aren't sure how to respond, and these workers are not the clever hunting type. So what we're going to do is, I need one of you to make a hard, well, actually it's the driver. So Vegas, I need you to make a hard dexterity roll in order to get a jump on the bugs before they come.
All right, I'm not surprisingly super dexterous, but here we go. Oh, that sucks.
That's all right. It wouldn't have mattered anyway.
So as you kick the truck into gear, the clutch slips and you kind of have a little bit of a false start as this thing starts to move. And with that movement, the roaches respond and begin to descend. And the first swarm will meet you as the others make their way in. the flies, these big flies, about the size of dogs. They're not like these huge, massive, car-sized flies, but these swarm of flies begin to move. And the drone that they make with their wings as they land and they begin to rub their wings together, and that strange drone that fills your ears begins to worm its way into your brain, where it's immediately disconcerting. What I need you to do is I need you all to make an intelligence check against the target as these flies make their awful droning sound. Hypnotic.
Yes.
Nope.
Okay. If you
Fail.
failed that roll, all of your actions on this turn are hard. So you have a hard round. If you succeeded, then it's business as usual. If you continue to fail the intelligence checks, more severe repercussions will occur. So keep track that you have failed one intelligence check from the fly's terrible sound. It begins, to those who failed, it begins to become actually more rhythmic to your ears. It begins to almost have purpose and intention. These first swarm reach you, and it's this moment of silence as you guys kind of approach. And as the truck and the swarm hit, it's like you've just entered into a cloud. And each of these things are about 4 feet, 5 feet tall. We'll stick with 4 feet. They're smallish, so they're kind of these small little drones. They're not terribly lethal, but there are many of them, and they hit the truck, pop, 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 and they're just like popping over the windshield. They're getting hit by the plow, but just a few of them manage to jump onto the truck. Ooh, 4 of them do. So 4 drones land on the truck and begin to move toward you. Let me get these guys on here. Now, I'm definitely dealing with some frames per second lag because I have a lot of tokens. I tried to group them where it wasn't so bad, but the rest of the game. So we'll just have to do the best we can. So give me all these guys right now.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
So just be patient, and then with dice rolls and moving things around, it may just take a second. What I'm going to do is it's not terribly essential that you see every single one of these like packs. They're just going to continue to move in each round. So I'm going to need you to hold that in your mind's eye. But they are coming. I'm going to leave one kind of big one. I'm going to delete the rest. Just hopefully to take a little bit of the load off of the system. So the canyon's filled with these things. Use your mind's eye. The flies are still a factor. That's to remind me. And away we go. So they begin to come down the wall. So they've been terraforming, heading towards your truck. 4 of them are now working their way across the hood toward you. And it's your turn. I need you to go ahead and roll up D20s to establish your initiative order. Just going to go straight up rolls.
Oh, I'm first. I'll be right back. It's right there. Okay, that's me.
So the way that cars work, Kane will be a little bit familiar with it. But the way that cars work is to just move the thing, the powerful plow in the front of this truck, to just move it straight forward. That just happens if you want it to happen. If you want to do anything more complex, that's where driving rolls come into play. And it may become more difficult as more of these swarms start to get caught up in the wheels and the plow and kind of start to pile on the truck. So if you just want to move forward, we can move forward. If there's anything else you want to do, let me know. But we begin with Vegas.
And we're driving through this gully, this valley. I'm assuming that it's not close or anything. We're essentially it's just a flat of this dry earth. We're not like passing any big buttes or canyon walls. It's just
correct. There. It's a pretty straightforward shot to the hive, flat ground, and they're kind of coming off of the wall. So this picture is pretty representative. There's nothing extra in there that you're not seeing.
So the thing that I'm going to do is just as they start landing, I want to make it harder for them to stay on. I know that they can like grip onto it, but if they like open their wings or anything, or if they try to stand up, classic, if I speed up, the wind pressure might swoop them off of us. So Vegas is just going to try to get that clutch to behave, shift it up into the higher gear range, and just punch it.
Yeah, so to do a little bit of extra technical driving to kind of like, give them this big bump and try to slop them off, I need you to go ahead and make a driving roll. So that's dexterity against the target, straight up. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Ooh, nicely
That's
done.
incredible.
Good way to lead off, Kane.
Thanks.
Take a hero coin, starting off with a nat 20. That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
And as you do, I'm going to make each of these guys, they get no bonus to their rolls. If they make a hard dexterity roll, they stay on. Otherwise, you've thrown them off. So 4 rolls coming up here. Doesn't make it. 1 makes it. 2 make it.
That's oh my goodness.
Oh,
Ooh.
the dice have spoken. So one of them falls off, but 3 remain as they clutch tightly. But you are able to make great progress as you kind of crush through this first swarm and move a quarter of the way down the canyon, and continuing to be just encapsulated by these creatures. Excellent. I'm going to pull out the reminder for the grit dice here. So this will be your grit pool. I'm going to work on that. While I am, Mitch, what do you do?
So when we left off in RP, I had my window rolled down. I was talking to Psycho up on the roof of the cab. Is there a bug on my side that is in close distance?
Yes. One of these has moved close. One's on top, and we'll say that the other, we'll just say that both of these are moving up to the top of the hood, and one of them is close to you on the side.
I'm going to go ahead and pull out my trusty knife and just stab it in the face.
Okay. Go and roll the strength roll to take it out. Oh, yeah.
Damn. What a way to lead. 2 nat 20s.
Let's
So
see here.
good.
So that's weapon,
Oh, yeah.
and then toss a ultimate on top.
Yes.
14 points.
Excellent. So, as you do this, I'm going to say that I'm going to negate that fail that you had with the intelligence check, where your hyper focus on this creature has
that's
basically
right.
brought you into
That's
the zone.
right.
So if you fail again, it's like you're starting over. And
All right, thank
this
you.
thing you catch in the middle of its waist where there's a small connection, and just your small trusty knife cuts it completely in 2, and the pieces of it fall off of the truck as you swing back around.
All right. Thank you.
Excellent. Take a hero coin for the nat 20. I love it. So good to see.
Were you shooting that?
No, I just stabbed him.
I just stabbed it. Okay.
That brings us to Psycho.
All right. Hearing the buzzing of these guys kind of in the back there, I will, shit. And sort of unstrap myself and start to climb up through the exhaust of the thing onto the top of the cab, if I can. I don't know if that's difficult or anything, but I'll try to climb up there.
Another thing in this little car scene is that movement on cars is just like moving on any terrain. So don't worry about moving around. That's just expected that you would know how to do that. So what do you do after you kind of climb up top?
Okay, choking on the exhaust a little bit and getting up into the wind and the dust, I'll take out my claws and initiate the Wolverine, and
Awesome.
just be like, it's a bad day to be a bug, and I will swing at it.
Yeah.
We'll see
Awesome.
anyway.
Imagine you
And
come
just
down with some
completely miss. Still, like, my sunglasses are completely covered in exhaust, and I can't see, and I just swing and miss.
Excellent. So your claw swings wild, And again, that sound of those flies' wings is worming its way into your brain, and you find yourself unfocused, distracted, and you miss the thing as it kind of hunkers down to protect itself. Okay. So we come back to my turn, and the flies, the terrible flies, continue to draw and just like worming its way into your mind. Everyone make an intelligence check. In particular, Psycho, pay attention if you fail this. Ooh.
2 fails.
Okay.
Yeah, let's keep it all together.
Okay. Was that enough for you to succeed, Vegas?
Yes, it was. I just barely. I have a +3 to my intelligence, so I have not
Awesome.
failed yet.
Nice.
All right. Psycho, with your 2 fails, you take a D4 plus 1 of adrenaline. So it could be all the way up to 5.
Oh,
5
All right.
adrenaline.
5 adrenaline.
Oh,
And
man.
did I start with any, or is it just at 5 now?
You did not start with any. So right
Okay,
now
cool.
you are at 5. The others have
That's
yet
all
to
right.
gain any. So this was a big blow. So 2 fails now. If you get a 3rd fail, it's going to result in a madness check. So just bear that in mind, where basically what's happening is this sound is becoming more and more intoxicating to you. And you're almost hearing like human words that are making their appeal to what you should do against your very friends in front of you. So as that happens, you continue to work your way through the swarm. Just imagine that, you know, the kinetic energy of these small little things trying to get at the tires and plug things up, and they realize maybe violence is not the answer, but if they can stop the truck, they'll have time. So they begin to throw themselves at the wheels, and throw themselves at the plow, and throw themselves at like the radiator grill, just smashing their guts up against it. And everything gets a little more difficult as the truck shakes, and it's going to be, the target has gone up by 1 as the swarm begins to clog the car. D4 of these creatures jumps back on, so 3 more jump on the front. This little guy takes a swipe at Psycho. Oh, and he hits.
Ooh.
we gotta get these guys off us, specifically off Psycho.
And
Mm.
an
No worries.
incredibly lethal shot as the small talon has wormed its way past your armor into your heart. And is that enough to drop you?
What was the damage?
It was 10.
Sorry.
It was 10 total.
Yeah. I don't have more than 10 hit points. Are you kidding?
Okay,
I
so
don't
you
think
fall
so.
back up against the windshield.
He's tethered
and
on,
you
though.
are
He's
now
tethered
dying.
on.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Alright,
I'll
guys.
give you a
So,
D4
and then-
dying.
Not yet.
Not
but
yet.
Yeah, on your
Oh,
turn.
hold on
my
till your
turn.
turn.
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
So this guy is not enough to hit Mitch as he swipes, and 3 more have approached, are jumping on top.
Got it.
I imagine you were just talking about this, but grit can be damage reduction as well, and like basically to shrug off stuff.
Even
So,
on a crit?
Yes, even on a crit, because it's a limited pool and you have a lot ahead of you. So, if you want to use that to kind of shrug off this attack and kind of use your gumption to kind of push this thing back, I'm happy to go back to that because not much else has happened. So
What do
I
we
just wanna
think?
make
Is
that
it
clear.
worth it? It is kind of
Well-
early.
Here's the thing. We are 1 order of magnitude stronger when you're not down.
That's
and
true.
we still got bugs to fight. So I'm fully in favor of soaking the damage.
Yeah, the
It's
only...
a shared pool. Kane, are you okay with that, or are you?
I'm okay with it
Wanna
to get
leave
you
it.
up. We are... I would hope you'd roll high on dying because we have 3 more turns to get through this bug field. So,
Yeah.
like, even if you were dying, if we just raced for it,
If we just plow through.
yeah. But then
I'm
again...
okay to stay down and leave that as like a little bit of attention. So I think that's that. I think that's the story. You know, the story is the roaches are nothing to mess with, and this is the sign of that. Like, these guys are not easy.
That just leaves... That means, Mitch, come on. You gotta pull through.
All right, let me see. So
Okay. My turn's finished, so we're back to Vegas.
I was going to say Vegas turn.
Yep. The bug, the flies. I see that they're on
Yes.
a large mountain, but are
Yes.
they like congregated in any way near the truck enough that perhaps me turning into them could like disperse their rhythmic hum?
No. They are not close enough where you could disperse the group with movement. But you do have an inclination that if you were to protect yourself against the sound somehow, that would assist you.
Oh, okay.
Because they're up high and just filling the whole area with the sound.
Can I roll to see if the radio works?
Yes. The technology is, kind of happenstance in this world, and not a lot of electric things function.
Even
You
if it
are
was
welcome
static.
to give it a shot.
Even if it was static.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's go ahead and give it a D6. And if it's a 6, it's going to work straight up. There you go.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, so that inclination comes to me, and I just like look at the dash, and I see volume on the word volume. I can read that okay, and so I just push it, turn it, turn the dial, following the general iconography of the dash, and something. I don't think like there's no radio playing in the waste. It's just white noise to add on to the rhythmic hum of the bugs, but there's no rhythm to it, so maybe it's enough to kind of just the dissonances breaks that rhythm.
Yeah, I think what it does is it competes with their signal, and what it does too is it kind of pushes back, and they weren't expecting the sound, and it surprises them, so they do kind of disperse and like start flying around, and they don't make that same sound with their wings, so you get a reprieve, and it's going to be easier as this white noise fills the canyon. So these flies kind of like are going to go up in a big swarm, and they look together again once they kind of gather their wits, so to speak. Excellent. You continue forward. Anything else you wanted to do on your turn? I'm not saying your turn's over.
Just driving.
I just wanted to remember to move your thing forward here. So,
no.
There we go.
Vegas is just driving. He's probably looking at it, probably like smacking the glass, like psycho, like get out of my like I can't see.
That is true. He's up against the windshield. Excellent. If you don't have a hero coin, take another one for thinking of using that radio. That's awesome. Super creative.
Thanks.
I wanted that little game note. In the waste, hero coins only reroll. They do not add a D12. So, just because grit exists and it can be so powerful, I love giving out hero coins, but all they do is reroll. So, like, if you get a 10, it's not adding a D12. It's like you just try again. Okay.
Cool.
So, brings us to Mitch.
All right. Since Vegas and I have been rolling through here, we're all cozy up in the cab. If I can grab out of his haversack that trauma bandage as a free action, I would like to haul myself straight out the window up to where Psycho is, and either apply it or at least stabilize him with a "Don't die on me, man."
Yes, come on, Mitch. You got this.
With you having that trauma kit, what it's going to be is a straight up intelligence or wisdom. No, it's intelligence. The doctor's tools are intelligence, so you need to make an
That's all
intelligence
right.
roll against the target.
I am equally bad at both. Here we go.
Mitch fumbles and succeeds. As you open the kit, you're not sure exactly which medicine, so you just pick one, and you chose correctly. So, as you kind of give this little shot of, something into Psycho's system, you see him gasp for air, and Psycho, you are back with 1 HP.
All right.
Does the bandage do anything? As a, I gotta go back and look what the mechanic was on it.
Yeah, so it's you heal intelligence +1. So that's why he got 1 back.
Okay,
because
heal through intelligence
bonus is
+1. Got it.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm not smarter, dude.
All good, Mitch. All good.
Cool.
So Psycho, you kind of gasp back to consciousness as these things are like surrounding you, and all you see is Mitch's face in front of you, just like kind of like with a surprised and happy smile as you come back to the living. What do you do?
Thanks, man. And I'm gonna, seeing these bugs on the windshield, I'm just gonna I'm laying across the windshield, and I just try to kick one of the bugs off. It's using basic strength, I guess.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Still wounded.
Just
flailing a little bit.
Just it hurts so much, and I'm gonna crawl back through the exhaust and back onto the back of the truck.
Or you could go right in the open window, man.
I could go into the window.
Got low hit points. Low hit points.
I'll go on the back for now. I think that's fine.
Okay. Mitch is there, surrounded. Okay. I believe that brings us back. My turn. The bugs continue to throw themselves at the truck. The target goes up by 1 as they're just their guts are just starting to get this gushy mess that's filling the tires, and the truck's almost just wobbling because it's getting imbalanced because these things are clogging in. The engine is kind of just trying to breathe, and so it can't, and you kind of feel it and hear it kind of giving these weird purrs, and they continue to throw themselves. And these flies, you don't have to make the intelligence check because the flies were dispersed, but they land once again on a far wall, and they will begin to make their hypnotic song on the next round. But your white noise is going to make that easy to resist. The swarm continues to smash in another D4, jump on the truck. Ooh, those have been high. I was a little worried those D4 were all going to be low and it was going to be a piece of cake, but that has not been the case. So 3 more are coming, and all these chittering little monsters come at Mitch. They've got 5 chances to hit a nat 20. Oh, 1 gets through.
Oh, and that's
It's
the
a
problem.
crit.
When they hit, it's going to be a good one.
So this is Neo surrounded by Agent Smith, and one of them gets through for basic plus ultimate. Ooh, 1
Oh!
and 12.
Oh my god.
Drops me.
So what happens is all of these guys are flailing, and you're feeling like a total badass, dodging out of their way, kind of taking it in stride. But one has snuck around you and takes one of its talons it uses for digging and sticks it into your spine, and you feel your whole body go limp, and you fall down, and you are now dying on the hood. And 3 more jump on.
Psycho is yelling Mitch, don't mess with them. They're harder than they look.
And there's a 1.
Okay, not yet. Not to your turn.
Okay,
So you can hold off on
okay.
that. Yep. All right, so that is all of my turn. My turns have been very productive to build tension. And do you want to use a grid at all? Just want to throw it out there. Just don't want to take away the opportunity.
He didn't, so I don't want to do it.
Okay.
We're a great
Vegas,
bunch.
seeing your friend mobbed by bugs, dropped with a slash to the spine. What I need you to do is roll me a charisma check. Otherwise, you gain adrenaline. So go ahead and roll a charisma check.
Okay. That is a 10,
Okay.
so I gain...
1. You
One
gain 1
adrenaline.
adrenaline as it ticks
Okay.
up.
Okay. Oh, what would Vegas do? He's a bow and arrow hunter guy. he's a survivalist.
Now,
He's got to get to where
one
he can shine.
glimmer of hope that you see as you move forward is you see the rocks around the entrance to the hive. What used to be an old mine, you see those rocks are unstable, and if you can just get the truck there, that there's a chance that it's going to cover your tracks and you'll be able to find refuge inside, but you have to get there. So just want to let you know, you're not just gonna, the swarm's not gonna fall on your heels. You have a chance these rocks are gonna fall and cover your tracks. Vegas, what do you do?
Oh. Is Mitch also up on the windshield? Like he's fallen up and he's kind of like plastered on the windshield?
Yeah. I'd say with his, his instincts have kicked in. He's holding himself down, but yeah, he's fallen back up against the windshield. If you did any absolutely crazy maneuvers, there's a chance that it would throw him, but I'm going to make that difficult to happen, so I don't want you to be too worried about that.
I was thinking about kicking the windshield out, but he's there. Hey, Psycho, how much gas is in that tank just by that door?
I knock on the tank and try to hear, or I don't know if it's got a gauge on it, but I'll look. How much gas is in the tank? Do we know?
Excellent question. I'm not sure how to answer that. What are you trying to pull off?
I was wondering if we could somehow get the gasoline out of the tank onto the bugs and light the hood on fire. Vegas is like, what can I do here? Like, fire might work, plus the glass might work. Flip the car. Vegas is a survivalist. He's just running through his options like crazy after crazy after crazy.
So what option I'm going to offer here is that if Psycho wants this, there is a siphon hose that's there, and he can suck some gas out of the tank with his mouth and spew it somewhere. But there's not there's not like a container. It's like a funnel and a siphon hose. So you can get gas out that way. You're on the road though, so that's going to be the way to get it. What you do from there is up to you. I just do like a constitution check, or you take some adrenaline or something, but you can definitely get it out.
Okay, well, I'll leave that to him. I was just curious, but yeah, I think Vegas is gonna just try to like rock the rig slightly to try to at least throw the bugs off balance. If Mitch gets close enough, he can try to reach around and grab him through the window. But yeah, that's what he's gonna try to do. So driving.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me a driving roll.
19.
Oh yeah, excellent. So as you are managing to balance this truck perfectly, and it's the wobbling wheels and everything is actually going to make it more difficult for these creatures to hold on as well, as they were all engrossed with attacking Mitch. What that means is they have to make, again, a hard dexterity roll. So they've got to get above a 17 or higher to stay on. And I'm going to roll for each of them. So 1 falls off, 2 falls off, 3 falls off, 4 falls off. How many are there? There's 7. Another falls.
I think there's 8.
Wow. So 1. Was that 8 or is that 7?
Yeah, I think that was 8.
I lost track.
That was
right, Chris.
Okay.
That is what I believe that was 8.
Yeah.
How many do I have on here? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 1 hiding. I just had 7 on there. So you manage to shake all of them. But as you do,
except one.
I would say
one should still be on there.
Yep.
1's still on there. Okay. 1 stays, but to be so effective, you did jostle Mitch's body a little bit, and you're able to catch him with 1 arm out of the windshield and kind of hold him in place. But now 1 arm is occupied to keep him keep him steady. So you don't have to roll for that or anything, but you just got one arm occupied. So if you want to do anything else, you got to figure out how to get him back in a position where he doesn't need help anymore.
Yeah, I'm still driving. So
Excellent.
I also think if I'm still holding on to him, if Psycho doesn't come help, I feel like my driving is going to be harder.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Nope, I'm good. I've
He's
done
kind of
enough.
right in front of you too.
Get off
Nice
the
done.
windshield!
Very nicely done.
I can't see.
Excellent. You just tossed 7 of those things. That was awesome. Go ahead and Mitch, go ahead and try to roll a pop up. See if you get a 20. There's been enough of them tonight. Wouldn't be surprised.
Half.
Okay, not quite. Go ahead and roll that dying timer. Here you go. 2 rounds.
All right. So
Okay. Psycho.
I will. I'll look around like the side of the truck, seeing Vegas with his arm out the window, clutching Mitch, and be like, "You drive. I'll get him." And I'll reach around and try to like pull Mitch back, and try to kind of harness him in with the straps with me, and see if I can give him. I'm like, Mitch, don't die on me. You're still in this. I'll roll wisdom for that if I can.
Yeah, go for it.
And everything's still hard based on my failed int rolls.
Oh,
so
that was just that was just for 1 round. So
Okay.
doesn't really help make a difference, but yeah.
Doesn't make
Oh.
much difference here with the 2.
You're able
So-
to strap him in well. Your
Hey,
strength
take-
allows you to kind of get him in place. He's on top of the cab and held down well.
Take my hero coin for this one, Psycho. Like, we
Okay.
we can get a reroll.
We'll re-roll using. Thank you for the hero coin.
Oh,
Oh my god!
the dice have
No.
spoken.
The dice have
Oh.
spoken. The-
What I imagine is Psycho tries the defibrillator hammer fist to try to like jumpstart his heart, but he just doesn't know where the heart is, and it kind of jostles and just hits Mitch right in the face. And he takes it again, and he hits him again.
Can I?
Oh, sorry, man.
Can I look at my locket? And I can look at my locket once per session and be inspired by my girlfriend and roll charisma to succeed when I would have otherwise failed. Okay, so I'm gonna try it.
You look at the locket, and let me double check here before you make your rolls.
And I think if I fail, I have to roll madness.
Yeah, so you make a charisma check. If you succeed, any action you take is a critical success. If
Okay.
you fail, you immediately make a madness check.
So if I succeed, then this "Don't Die on Me" would succeed.
Critically.
Incredibly well. Like
Okay.
the best anything's ever going to go in the game. Yep.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it. I'll say, Mitch, you gotta stay in this. We're not even through the canyon. And I'll roll charisma. Okay, my charisma is +4,
Yeah.
so that's a 15.
You made it. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So, if you allow me a little indulgence as a designer of what this locket looks like, is, you have this almost feminine small piece of gold jewelry that doesn't fit in, and you take it and you grasp it, and as the wind is whipping around, your friend is dying, these bugs are coming, you have a moment of serendipitous peace as you look at this locket and you open it and you're reminded of everything beautiful and wonderful in the world, and you desire to go forward with such tenacity that you cannot be stopped. So just tell me what you want to happen, and it happens.
I think looking at opening the locket, I'm just so inspired, and like Kai, I like remember that why we're in this, and I'm like, you got to get up, and I'm just doing CPR, I'm doing chest compressions, I'm trying to get Mitch back in the fight. So I would just
So what this looks like is, in this moment of incredible success and heroic activity, Mitch, not only are you stabilized, not only do you come back, but you are now at full health as he just immediately and miraculously brings you back, and you have your full powers back to you. Maybe what that
nice save,
that hit
buddy.
in your
Nice
spine.
save. Thank you.
That hit in your spine, he just adjusts things just so well. I used to work at a chiropractor's office, so he adjusts things perfectly, and your nervous system kicks back on, and you just are fully awake and fully alive, and you are back at full health. Take a
All
hero coin, Psycho.
subluxations.
That's right.
Well done.
Subluxation
Well
Slayer.
done. No, thanks for the save, man.
Take a hero coin, Psycho, if you have not already.
Cool. I've got a hero coin now.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm
Mitch,
sure.
you're not dying on me today. Get back in this.
We haven't even got to the hive yet.
Yeah.
That's because getting through the canyon will be a victory.
The flies have settled again and begin to make their drone. I need everyone to make an easy intelligence check because the white noise is combating with their sound. An easy intelligence, so it needs to be 11. Well done, Vegas. Yes, we figured out their ploy now. Awesome.
Apparently, Mitch actually got smarter from all that.
Chiropractics, who knew?
Mitch, you have gained +1 intelligence. Well done. The power of love has given you +1 intelligence. Okay.
Thank you.
This creature leaps forward and is going to come around and claw through the window just before Vegas can desperately roll up the window, get the claw through. Let's see how effective it is.
Oh,
He hits.
yeah, that's a
For
hit.
basic.
Okay.
4 damage as you take a gash across the face for your window.
I did not like that.
Before
I
your
did not
window
like
rolls
that.
up.
Don't touch my hat.
In fact, you moved out of the way so that your face took the damage instead of the hat.
That's perfect. That's exactly what Vegas would do.
Parker goes up by 1. 4 more jump on. Or 3 more, rather. It's been pretty consistent. 2. You have arrived at the last stretch. This movement will take you into the mine and into Sanctuary. What do you do, Vegas?
Well, I'm gonna roll up the window. I'm hoping that if his arm, one of his little mandibles or legs are stuck inside, I'm hoping to get pinched there, and then I just want to tear it off at the joint.
It was pinched in there, and you did tear it off.
Nice.
Well
Nice.
Excellent. Okay. I now have the bottom half of a ant leg as a club.
Ooh,
Liking that.
And then I just keep driving.
okay. So, a few things are going to happen since he's driving and moving on this turn, and then we'll come back to mention Psycho. So, as you come in, the truck kind of rams forward, and you have a chance to you guys have a chance to kind of clamber across and everything, but you destabilize these rocks, and these rocks start tumbling down. The front of the truck ends up inside the mine, and let's see how many workers were in there. 4 workers. Okay. Tokens here. So, as you enter into the mine, the rocks fall behind you, and just a little bit of gloomy light comes through. You hear the cheering and activity. The drone of the flies has become far away and distant, muffled behind the rocks. And you find yourself in an incredible stillness as you kind of smash in here and the rocks cover behind you. You hear desperate claws trying to dig through to preserve what's inside, but you've delayed them for a time. You have delayed them for... Here. Okay. I'm going to delete that past scene, so that should help a lot with frame rate. Okay. It'll take 10 rounds before they start digging through the debris and are able to reach you. The workers that were on the truck, finding themselves isolated from the rest of their swarm, skitter away, going down these tunnels that lie before you. There's tunnels above, tunnels below, and tunnels straight ahead. You find yourself in an old mine, and as they skitter away and their sounds become more distant, you look straight ahead and you see a shimmer, a glimmer of light reflecting off of a beetle-like carapace, and you see a very large creature filling the void of the tunnel before it drifts away into the dark. Unknown where it may be. It is somewhere. You have arrived in the mine. You see bits and bobs of old equipment lying around, and the tunnels lie before you. There's a limited amount of time before the creatures dig their way through. We are at Mitch's turn. What do you do?
Okay. Feeling hale and hearty, I hop down off the truck, and then where did you say we saw equipment?
There's various scattered items lying around. If you take a moment to search, you'll find something.
If there's nothing to shoot at or kill in the immediate area, I will hop down and take a quick search at whatever is nearby or catches my fancy.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a D100 roll, please.
Roger that.
Ooh.
22. You find a gunner monopod. So I think for the flavor of the guns that you have, it's like a pistol grip, to four pistol grip, and it basically allows you to take better aim. If you do not move on the turn, so you can attach this to a gun. If you do not move on that turn, your gun attack is easy.
Okay. All right. That works.
Okay,
So
steady your aim.
it's like there's like a what's it called, a barrier rest that you can put onto the rail on the fore end of a gun, where you just kind of like jam it up against something and use it to steady the front.
That's perfect. Exactly
That
what
works.
it is.
That works. Nice. All right. I guess I am just slightly in front of the truck, and I'll be like right about there, I guess. I don't know how far I can get.
Yay far.
That works. Somewhere right around there.
Okay. Psycho.
All right. So Psycho's heart is racing, and he will hop down off the top of the truck as well, and just take a deep breath. Kind of try to slow it down. Try to maybe look at his gash from the bug that hit him, and just try to sort of hold down, apply some pressure, maybe try to recover a little bit. So,
Excellent. So the way the recovery works is if you succeed, you lose adrenaline and gain health in equal amounts. So,
Okay.
Not quite there.
I will use my hero coin, I think, just to re-roll that because I'm at 1 HP.
Oh.
I feel like that is worthwhile, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Con bonus?
Is it a con roll? Or is it...
Yes, sir.
so con is +3.
So you gain 4 health and lose 4 adrenaline.
Nice.
Cool. Alright, that's it for me.
Okay. You want to move anywhere?
I just hopped down off the truck there, so I'll be just behind Mitch.
Okay. Sounds good.
How wide is this tunnel?
I would say if both of you were shoulder to shoulder, that would fill the tunnel.
Gotcha.
So slightly bigger than 2 people, or about 2 people wide.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Out of the dirt wall behind you, a giant claw slashes out. And 1 through 3, it is Psycho. 4 through 6, it's attacking Mitch. So it attacks Mitch with ferocity. But it is not enough, as he is nimble and dodges out of the way. But I need both of you to make a charisma check as this thing just appears out of the wall, the dirt kind of falling away in this huge claw. Go ahead and both of you make a charisma check. If you fail, you can take 1 adrenaline.
Okay. 16.
Man, we're doing good. Woo!
Yeah. So the claw slashes out, and then a bug head appears with big mandibles, beady eyes, and it opens its jaws and spews forth a corrosive, nasty goo. And you realize as you kind of see it hit the ground and hit different things, this is what it uses to even corrode against rock or hard materials. I need you both to make a dexterity check.
12.
+6.
You both succeed, but you realize if any of this were to get on your gear, it would be doom for your gear. The creature then retreats into the dirt. There's a little bit of it to see where anything's going to be hard, but it begins to retreat back, and it starts to become covered with earth once again, just pieces of it remaining as you take your turns. Vegas, what do you do?
Well, Vegas turns off the radio. Well, yeah, he probably turns off the car, stuffs the keys in his pocket, turns out, everything goes out, jumps out, and he's like, well, are we sure we want to go that way? Looking around at potentially the other tunnels.
You're the smart one.
Which is
I
not
need
hard
you-
in this group.
Well,
You can make a wisdom check to determine a path.
okay. I do have navigational gear, which makes an easy intelligence when lost. I don't think we're lost. We're just in an unfamiliar territory.
Yes, interesting. Let me see if your gear would help you in this case or not. It appears this would not be helpful. The navigation gear would not be helpful in this instance. You're
Makes
in,
sense.
kind of tight tunnels.
Yeah. Tunnels.
It's more your guts. You don't know the way.
Okay, so wisdom will be, I'll just roll for that, and then if he doesn't fail this, he has a plan. So 17.
So your gut instinct that you have grown to trust tells you that ahead, toward the direction that you saw the bug creature at the very beginning, that is going to lead you the right way. And you confirm this instinct as you look around and you see what appears to be more marks of creatures moving through the dirt of that tunnel, as well as kind of where it looks like heels were drug of humans as they were carried back into the dark. So you can
Just
see that
straight
the
ahead.
hive is that direction.
Just
So
straight,
directly
straight,
to the east. Yeah.
all the way.
Yep.
Well, so
Yep.
he's gonna.
Well, you know it's that way, not going up from where you are. You know that it's that direction. From there, you're going to have to continue to discern the correct path.
Okay. Well, then, Vegas, he's going to take a moment after saying something snarky, whatever. His gut is going to come into play, and he is just going to book it as like a full-on far dash.
Okay. You get a glimpse of what is down this tunnel, and you see more mining equipment down here, and you would know that there would be a cache of supplies and other items down that direction, based upon what you kind of see scattered as you run by the tunnel. Let me see. I don't want to give too much away. Keep it interesting. As you pass by this tunnel, you're not quite able to make it to the next intersection, just booking it.
Mm-hmm.
But you do see that it arches to the side, and kind of you can see it leading to a similar direction.
Okay. Come on. Let's go. Now's the time.
Okay. Mitch, what do you do?
As I look down the hole, is the beetle creature long gone?
There's still pieces of him, so you could attack him, but it would be hard. He's like making his exit. So
Okay,
anything
so
against him is hard.
this is
he's
an
mostly
interest-
covered by earth.
This is an interesting mechanic. So I have a shotgun that cannot miss at close range.
Yep, that's true.
So
I think the combination would be it's an easy shot because you're still really close to him. So it's not automatic as a shotgun normally would be, but it's an easy shot.
I'm going to totally go for that. I'm going to take the shot.
Okay.
Woo-hoo-hoo. You just ram it into the hole and just
and pull the trigger, basically.
Ooh.
All right. And we got 4 plus 5, 9 points.
9 points of damage.
Sorry, I beg your pardon. 4 plus 6 is 10 points. I put everything in the guns.
A giant chunk of it falls away. I think that it's more shriveled arm is the only thing remaining, and you blow it away at the shoulder. And as that arm just kind of like falls and twitches a little bit as bugs do, and it retreats further into the earth and is completely disappeared. But you've done substantial damage to the creature.
And then I will get kind of half as far as I can get behind Vegas.
Okay. You also spent a bullet, so just be sure to mark that.
Yes, indeed. Got 5 left in the shotgun.
Man, that gives me anxiety just thinking about that.
As you shot the gun, I need both of you that were right up against there to make a Constitution check because it echoes in this tunnel and it's very loud. So I need Psycho and Mitch to both make a con check for me. Or if you fail, you gain an adrenaline.
I'm plus 2 on con, so I just barely made it.
I failed that. So I'm at 2
You
adrenaline.
gain 1 adrenaline.
Sorry, bro.
All good.
The sound, you hear a screech in response as something has noticed the sound as well and is approaching from the mine.
Okay. I think hearing like the clawing of the creatures coming in from outside and hearing stuff coming in here, I will follow these guys, but not before setting my bear trap.
Nice.
I will lay
Excellent.
my bear trap here for anything that is like digging through behind us.
Yes.
So I'll do that, and then I'll follow behind Mitch down the tunnel.
Excellent. Bear trap in place. I don't have the token super handy, but we know it's there.
We know it's there.
Okay. You're able to make it to the intersection of the tunnel as well. You see Vegas ahead. This creature comes running forward, and he's going to make a hard wisdom check to see the trap. He fails, and one of his skittering legs falls into the trap. Go ahead and roll damage for me there.
All right.
Psycho.
It says this does ultimate and traps
Yes,
one
sir.
limb. So I clicked on it, but I don't see it. Oh, there it is. And my ultimate
There it
is
is.
+1 for 12.
Oh! You chomp this thing, and not only does it get its leg, but it kind of was leaning down a little bit and kind of growing on all fours. And just the spring motion, it captures it in its vital organs. And you hear a squeal immediately followed by pure silence.
Nice.
Way to go.
That's a beautiful move.
You see this creature, the earth moves around Vegas, and a big claw comes out of the earth as it swipes at you. Gets +6 to the roll. It
Oh.
hits.
Oh,
You take 5 damage.
Oh man, I'm at 1.
You also see that it leaves a jagged wound as the claw goes by, because this is this tunneling claw.
Mhm.
And if you do not take the time to stop that wound, you will continue to lose health.
okay.
That's harsh. Okay.
So until you heal or recover, it's going to continue to lose health on the GM turn.
Got it. Okay.
It also spews its corrosive goo. Go ahead and make a dex check for me.
Okay.
Come on.
This is a +1.
Come on.
Oh, 1.
It hits you with a full splash. Blah.
Hero reroll.
And you
Hero
lose.
reroll.
I don't have my hero coin. We spent it.
Go for it.
No, I don't have one.
If there's no one out there,
I don't have. I do have one. Yes, I do. I'll chuck mine.
3. So it's just not
Okay.
a critical, but thank you, Mitch.
4.
so I need you to count down your pieces of gear. If you have 8, which I'm not sure that you do,
I do have
that
8.
would be what you lose.
I do have 8.
Okay, so you lose your 8th item.
That. Oh, thank
What'd you
goodness I had my bug arm claw, because that would have reverted back up to my bow. Are we okay?
So
Are we okay with that,
you
JD?
had it in a similar... Yeah, that's awesome. The dice have spoken.
Yeah, I just
Eight
wrote. I
roll.
wrote it down like it was equipped. I just was holding on to it like I jumped out and just had it, and that
Yep.
was my 8th. That was my 8th item.
Nice.
Awesome.
Well, it's consumed with the goo and lost to you.
Blech. It was gooey
And the
already.
creature begins to go back into the earth again, as anything against him would be hard, but he's still partially exposed as he begins to fall back into the dirt.
Oh man.
That's my turn.
So for Vegas, he's bleeding. He's looking down. The blood is kind of like coming through his cloak, his wool cloak, and everything. He So I see there's a path ahead of me, there's a path to my right, and there's a path to my left.
Correct. There are 3 paths.
Okay, he is going
And
to...
you are welcome to take a look down before you make a decision.
Oh, for Vegas at this moment, with him at 1 and him bleeding, I think he's just gonna... He was in a dash, he got hit, threw down. He's not really thinking. So in this moment, I think Vegas, just his survival instinct says, keep moving, but his brain isn't saying where. So his body says move to the left. So he's just going to take a move to the left, and he's going to recover. Or attempt to recover.
Go ahead and roll it up.
That is an 18.
Yes, sir.
So that is 1 plus my con, which is 4, so I heal for 5.
Nice. Wow. Nice.
Nice. Clutch roll. And you are no longer bleeding as you've stopped the wound.
That sucked.
You also lose adrenaline as well.
Okay, perfect.
In that same amount.
I am at
That
0
was powerful.
adrenaline. I
That
am
was
cool
powerful.
as a cucumber. That's it for me.
Okay. You see ahead of you a metal bulkhead door, slightly ajar. It's looking very out of place with the earthen surroundings.
That's interesting. Maybe there's a base here that they've infested, not just tunnels and an anthill.
Hey, Mitch, you're up.
Okay. If I can, I'm going to see if I can get one more sucker punch on that beast. And if I can see him down wherever he retreated, I will take another shot at him with the shotgun.
It's still easy. That shotgun does its work.
Ooh, boy.
That's a hit. I am plus,
That's a hit?
yeah, because I'm +6 on Dex.
Okay. Go ahead and roll damage.
5 plus 6 is 11.
With that shot, the earth ceases to move, and the body falls limp, and all you see is the edge of its claw as it goes quiet.
Nice.
Except for the screech that responds in kind to your bullet being fired. Go ahead and make a con check for me, with you
Got it.
being in that tunnel and being a lot close and
Scary,
personal.
scary. +2, but
So
it's not enough.
Your ears are ringing, and you gain 1 adrenaline.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, and if I have any movement left, I'll just get as close to Vegas as I can.
Okay.
Alright, I will move up behind in these tunnels. Careful not to step in the corrosive acid that's still left there from this creature. And I'm going to... I mean, we've already been firing guns, so there's no stealth in here. So in that vein, I'm going to just yell out, "Kai, I'm coming to find you!" And say, "You roaches, I don't know if you can understand me, but you're about to meet your doom." And I'll just try to maybe intimidate anything that can hear me.
I like it. Take a hero coin, but nothing calls out in response.
You
Okay.
really think Kai is going
Love
to
the
frequent a underground roach infested subterranean base of darkness.
She's been missing. I'm just worried. I'm like, maybe the roaches got her. That's why he's here. He's like, I'm looking for her.
That's fair. That's fair.
You see another small shaft of light appearing where they're continuing to dig through the rubble.
Oh boy.
The earth stays still as this creature has been killed by the shotgun blasts. But you see a skittering form in the dark that jumps over its fallen roach brethren and continues to give chase, moving silently and creeping along in the dark. Psycho, you're the only one that sees this. Go and give me a charisma roll.
That is utterly terrifying.
So
That
you
one.
take a D4 of adrenaline. You take 4 more adrenaline.
All right.
Oh.
This thing is moving in an uncanny way, and it just hits your psyche in a terrible fashion, and you find your whole body just revving up.
That's okay. That's
and,
okay.
Your hand shakes just a little.
It's a bonus. It's a bonus to grit when we use it. So adrenaline
It's also
can be
bonus.
fun.
You guys have held on to all of it.
It's also bonus to basic for me.
Oh boy, yeah.
I'm actually okay with it.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
So the blend and interactions of mechanics in this game is just dialed in perfectly.
Thanks, Chris. So, we are about to reach a little bit of a turning point. Does anybody want to take a bio break, or are we good to keep going?
I'm still good.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. All right, let's do it. Vegas, what do you do?
Vegas is just going to continue on, leading, just kind of, he's not hobbling anymore, he's kind of collected himself, taking a couple deep breaths, pressed his wool cloak to the wound enough that it can kind of maybe like stop the bleeding, or at least patch it up, and he's just going to raise his head and walk towards the door, and if it's ajar, like I think he said, he's just going to slowly open it up to see what's on the other side.
Well, as all doors do at these kind of moments, it creaks with a unnerving creak.
Where's that oil?
And
Where's
you almost
that oil?
you sit quiet for a moment, but nothing really calls out in response. You haven't alerted anything.
Okay. It's just
but
dark.
Still, it gives you the heebie-jeebies.
It's just dark?
We're getting there.
Okay, sorry. I'm excited. This is awesome.
So Mitch and Psycho haven't quite made it there yet. I'm going to delete that previous scene to give us a little less of a load here. So as you come in, Vegas, you see kind of like a utility closet that, the door was kind of walled up to begin with, but it appears that as the miners were doing their work, they broke through this and has entered into this, what seems like, you've seen buildings of the old world, and it appears to be like a utility closet. I mean, you recognize a mop, a bucket. It's very dark and gloomy, but there's still bits of light that are kind of coming through from various like cracks in the ceiling, giving it a kind of like dim glow. The target is going to be 14, as it's kind of difficult to make out anything in the gloom.
And we still have a timer of 7, I believe.
Yeah. Ooh, too many. Man, I tried my hardest to make this light on the VTT, and it still just is chugging a little bit.
Yeah. Looks great though. Like your map's spot on.
I think that was your turn. Okay, so 7 there.
Yep.
Great. And you still have 4 grit.
Yep.
And that's what you see as you kind of come in. You see a door to your right, various strewn about items. Everything is kind of covered in almost like a waxy film. I don't know if you guys have been in a fast food restaurant where the oil gets vaporized and kind of everything is grimy.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine that, but you can see it all, and it's almost like candle wax, and it's just kind of covering all the walls, giving it a little bit of just this dull sheen to everything. Very much keeping with what you know of the roach.
Okay.
The roach habitat. So they're obviously here. You don't see much beyond. There's a skittering sound. That creature's still coming from behind. And as you look over to the right, you see another open door that was a different one from what you chose. So there's 2 doors there. And also slightly ajar just over here to your right.
I think Vegas checking his interest, he's just gonna go over and stand by the other door and check if it's locked.
Okay. There's definitely a lock mechanism that is available. It's slightly ajar, so it's kind of like a big wheel that you turn to lock it in place. So if you desire to, you can go ahead and move that door and lock it.
I wanna look inside before I do, but that might wait till my next turn because I've now interacted with like 2 doors.
Yeah, so this door leads back into another tunnel. So basically there was 2 different entrances you could come in.
Okay.
And then kind of looking through here, you see an old bathroom and kind of the side of a stall. That the wall's been broken down.
Oh, that might be good. Vegas could use potentially a break, especially after that drive.
And do you do anything to the door? Lock it? Don't lock it?
No, I'm just going to leave it for now.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Mitch, what do you do?
Whoops. Sorry. I touched something terrible. Let's see here. There we go. I've tried to click on. I'm gonna go ahead and move my guy right here. We go. That thing.
So you come through the door
and see if I can figure out what that is. Is that just a fissure in the ground? Yes.
It appears to be like bees when they form their hives out of this wax substance that they produce. Something similar is happening where the roaches are basically terraforming. This is a little bit of what you saw happening in the canyon as well, where you see that goo and that mess being formed into structures that form their hive. So it's not the work is not complete, but it's a concentrated dose of that.
Okay, but it's not blocking my way.
It's not. Nope.
Okay. I am going to keep my gat handy for close encounters and head down this way.
Okay.
See what I can see.
Yeah. Where's the door? You get a little peek. Yeah, it's from what I can tell here, it's a straight hallway, and doesn't appear to be an easy entrance. There's some cracks in the wall where you could potentially break through a wall.
But there's
directly ahead of you, you see an entrance, another door that's leading into the environmental control room, is what you see listed there. And as you look ahead, you see a higher concentration of that film surrounding the door. Kind of a greater, terraforming has happened. But as you approach down, you hear sounds of skittering, like tiny little feet moving across. And you also hear the groans that sound incredibly human You hear human groans coming from the other side of the wall to your left.
Oh boy.
All right. How far down the hallway can I get doing a just movement turn?
I would say you were partially down the tunnel, so you can get right about there. That's about as far as you could get.
Okay. I guess I'm going to post up right here and just report back to my compadres what I hear.
We'll say half of this map is far. So, like, if you just dash, you get, like, halfway across. In some
Got it.
directions.
That's awesome. That's my turn.
Okay.
Alright. I will enter the room as well. I was a bit down the tunnel behind.
As you do, Psycho, I need you to roll a wisdom check.
Alright.
Ooh.
Okay. You don't know anything specifically, but you know something is terribly wrong in your gut. Your subconscious has picked up on something in this place that is terrifying to you, and you get the sense that you should really, that you are drawn to see something like in that room, but you don't know what it is. But you know whatever it is happening soon.
Okay. Yeah, so coming in here, like, especially seeing that weird shifting creature behind me that, like, freaked me out a little, I'll come in here and lock or bar the door behind me however I can. So whatever door we came in here, I'll like, post up here, lock the door, and just tell these guys, there's something weird going on. I don't like this place. And that's my turn.
As you look, Psycho, you see above. I was about to point my finger, which is funny. You see an entrance here. You see an old sign that says sanitation dash laboratory entrance.
That was right here, sorry?
The small little chamber here.
Okay.
Yeah, small little chamber here. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You can move further if you'd like.
Yeah, okay, if I have more movement, then I'll move over and maybe peek in there.
Okay. You don't see anything directly ahead of you in this small room, but you see the other side, again, an entrance. What used to have those kind of curtains, where the curtains, like plastic strips come down and you kind of got to push your way through them, like used for freezers or things like that. You see just a few of those strips hanging down, kind of obscuring your vision, but you can't see clearly in there. But you do hear again the sound that Psycho heard of this human kind of groan coming from inside, and it's more clear to you as you put your head through the door.
Okay. Yeah. If I can move in here, I'll move in a little bit, but then that's probably as much as I can do on my turn.
The only thing that happens on my turn is you know that you're losing time as those creatures are continuing to dig through. The doors, you can tell, you can't see other entrances clearly to get into this area. You see that the doors could assist you in providing more of a delay, but again, you're locking yourselves in there with them. All that happens is you hear a woman's cry. And Psycho, I need you to make a madness check as you recognize the cries of Kai.
Oh boy, she does frequent dark subterranean bases and creepy caves.
All right, madness check is
come on
13. What?
You made it.
Is it?
It's
So you're looking to get over your adrenaline, which I don't think you have 13.
Oh yeah, I
think
have
you're good.
6 adrenaline right now, so.
But this event cannot help but at least give you 1 adrenaline. So you take an additional adrenaline to
Oh.
realize that Kai is here and she's crying out in pain.
I'm coming for you, babe!
And whatever is happening to her.
Could you ping the wall where the creatures are coming through, just so I know where that is?
Yep.
Okay.
It'd be down
The
below,
direction
to
we
the south.
came. They're trying to make it
Correct.
through the direction we came. Okay, got it.
It would be coming through the tunnels. Yep.
Yeah, from the canyon.
Okay, Vegas.
Okay.
You're at the door.
Oh man, Vegas looks for a second, hears the cry, looks to the bathroom, and goes like, "I gotta hold it, gotta wait." And he's gonna
Mitch
kind of
just calls down and says, "The whole place is a bathroom, man. Do what you got to do."
look. There's Let me tell you something about survival. Okay, if you want to survive in the waste, you gotta maintain a level of humanity, or else you just lose it. There's only a few things that separate us from the animals and these bugs. If you don't do those things, you're no better than them.
These are wise words Mitch takes to heart.
This is why you're the smartest.
But I will press up against Mitch, and I'll pull out my my bow at the ready just in case. But I'm just kind of like have a hand on him and just like, okay, let's move through this together, kind of a thing.
Hey. Do you move any farther?
No, I'm gonna stay behind Psycho. He's the gunner. He's got the bigger guns.
I've got the claws.
Yeah, that too. I've got a bow, and I'm not Legolas.
I can hear her, man. She's in here.
All right, Mitch.
Okay, realizing that I saw as much as I could see when I was there, run back down the hallway. I will complete the stack, and I'm gonna draw security here on the end, so that when those 2 guys go looking for trouble, if anything comes from behind, they got to come through me.
All right. So, are you done, Mitch?
That's my turn.
So I'll push forward and be like, Kai, I'm coming for you, and kind of go through the weird, like, medical plastic stuff. Maybe cut it with the bear claw out of the way, and push through. And I'll just move up, looking around, seeing if I can see anything in here. So is this this is a door into this room? Is that right?
Yep. So you're at a doorway, and you approach. You can see the far doorway where Kai's cries came from, and you kind of look around, and there's a little bit of a dark corner here, but you continue to see. You kind of look in. There's not really a reason to hide any of that, so I'm gonna get rid of this guy.
Okay.
So you see a door. You see, just out of the edge of your vision, you see a giant centipede, and it's about 2 feet long or so, and just kind of moving across the ground in kind of a zigzag fashion, and you see it disappear through the door as kind of just as you pass through, you see it kind of moving through the door in a way.
Okay. I think I'm just going to take a far movement for my turn then, and I'm coming for you. Don't let that bug get you. And move, up to here or however far I can get.
Okay. Well, if you were, let's see, about halfway through, so you could get to the entrance of the door.
Sure.
You see Kai encased in that candle wax substance, kind of, pinned up against the wall, breathing heavily, and kind of like, oh, Psycho, hey. Need you to make a charisma check. It's just too much to see her in this state.
Oh.
Oh. No.
Take another adrenaline.
Oh, Kai. This
You
is
see
very...
what appear to be other cocoons with kind of lumps in them, and you see them scattered around the room. Looks like Kai is in the start of one of these, but it's not fully encased her yet. But it looks like it's a completed version of whatever is capturing her. You see the centipede continue to worm its way across the floor.
Kill it.
And that's as far as you get, breathless,
Kill it with fire.
at the entrance of the door. It edges ever closer. And one of those cocoons begins to stir. You kind of see these like bulging kind of, things come, and then a big blade, chitinous blade, comes through and slices open one of the cocoons, and something comes out.
Oh, God.
You see it, what used to be a human encased in like various patchwork pieces of chitinous beetle-like plate, veins black with ichor, and carrying what looks like a centipede on its back, as the centipede's legs have latched into it and is carrying on its back, and it gives this ungodly howl as it kind of like comes out, and these big blade arms kind of extend and then come back forward like a T-Rex, like a velociraptor ready to strike. Make another charisma check as you see this thing emerge. In fact, the sound of it is so terrible, I need everyone to make a charisma check. You gain another adrenaline, Psycho. Everyone gains adrenaline.
Yep.
This creature is too unnerving.
I'm up to 9.
I'm at 2.
I'm at 1.
The creature rushes at Psycho with ungodly speed. It's plus 3 enough to hit. Just enough.
Yeah.
And a bladed arm comes forward, and instead of gashing across, it strikes into you and spears you up against the wall.
Oh man!
And its mandibles open, and its still human teeth that have slightly started to sharpen, and its jaws unhinge. Oh, it's terrible! And it does
5 HP. Oh no!
6 damage as the thing pierces through.
Psycho is down on actually. I want to use a grit. This is too much. I see Kai.
You gotta hold on.
I need to use a grit. I need to hold.
Go for it, man.
And I add adrenaline to grit, so I mean it's gonna be nuts. So it'll be 11.
So you absorb that.
So, how do you like this? This thing is coming in to stab you. How do you resist? What does calling on your grit look like?
My adrenaline, like his heart is pounding so fast that he's just like, he sees this thing, he sees like his love, and it's just like goes into like time goes into slow motion as he sees it coming towards him. He just like matrix out of the way.
Nice.
Oh yes, it stabs right beside your head, maybe just cutting your ear just a little bit, and it retracts it quickly, pulling it back like a praying mantis, and then it leaps and kind of lopes across the room on all fours, crawling up the wall and onto the ceiling, and you see it in the gloom of the ceiling as it looks back and turns its head around and hisses at you terribly, but you have resisted its attack, and you are free this next turn. The other thing that happens is you hear the sound of the other creature that was coming, and where'd that token go? Here we go. And it will be coming through the door next turn, as it had to make its way through some new tunnels after you locked the door on it. but it is coming soon. The centipede continues to approach Kai. Bug creature has emerged. What do you do?
Oh, crud. Vegas looks back at Mitch and kind of shakes his head and is like, crap. And then just rushes in, bow at the ready, and he's gonna like strafe the wall. Not firing quite yet, it's too far, but he's gonna just try to just use a full dash to try to like side up next to Mitch. Not to Psycho.
Okay. I think with you just spending all of it to get ready, if you take a shot this next turn at that creature, it's going to be easy. And also, you've kind of guarded Psycho, where it's not going to be able to go after him before it gets through you.
But I don't want it to go after me, but I'm going to have to. If Kai's here, I guess. She's into weird things, but we got to get her out of this.
The roaches, they're people.
They're people?
Okay.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Don't think about it. That's rule number 2. Don't think about it. Okay, that's it for me. Yep.
What do you do, Mitch?
Oh, okay. Beg your pardon. Mitch hears all the commotion. He runs through the door, slapping the shotgun into his back scabbard and swinging the SMG around on a sling. Gets as far as he can get on a near move. Sees this bug creature over here in the corner and just is like, bogus. And he fires on it with the SMG.
Okay. Go ahead and take your shot.
That is unfortunately a miss.
Oh, man.
Take my hero coin.
1 reroll. Thank you, bro.
Come on. Ah. Is that an... Yeah.
That is... No, I still missed by 1. I suck.
Oh.
Okay. You still spend the bullet on a miss.
Yes.
And a miss it does. A near miss, but a miss nonetheless.
So rough.
Psycho.
Go, Psycho. Get your weird girlfriend. Let's get out of here.
Oh, I think I'm frozen. It'll come back in a sec. Yeah, I will rush in right past the centipede, paying it no mind as I try to, pull the cocoon off of Kai, just with my bare fists, just ripping it off.
Ooh, excellent. Go ahead and give me a strength roll to get her free.
All right. Strength is +1. 8. Don't think that'll cut it.
Okay. As you start to pull her free, it's just wax, and so even as you get a whole glob of it, you're not really able to get a structural piece, and it just kind of pull forward this big old hand of candle wax, and she's still stuck in it as you were unable to get her free.
All right, so I'm just trying, pulling it, and that's my turn.
From behind you, Mitch, the guy, the creeper from the tunnels just comes loping out from the sanitation room and comes at you with a blade arm itself. And as it attacks, actually don't have any stats on these guys. So I'm going to roll what bonus this guy gets.
Fair enough.
Ooh.
+4.
Yeah, you got me.
So this guy is skilled, and he comes forward with one of his blades, and he's going for a straight gash on you, and it slices across your back. So he does weapons damage. You take 3 damage.
Okay. I am down to 7.
Oh boy.
The centipede moves closer, and the mutant horror leaps down and tries to spear Vegas with one of its mantoid chitinous blades. Gets +3. 10's not enough to hit. Your armor holds as it gets wrapped in the poncho and cuts through, but it is unable to strike as it kind of leaps and jumps and starts crawling up one of the walls here. Another cocoon opens.
Oh,
You see
crud.
another one of these creatures. This time, a centipede resting like a millipede, roly-poly on its gut. And it comes forward with ferocity. It just emerges this turn. Back to you guys.
Yeah, I think for me, as that guy like comes at me, I duck, and as he starts to move away, I want to try to just pop him with an arrow, right at the back of his head, at his neck, trying to finish that off with a 12. That's not enough. Dang it.
So let it stand. You've got grit.
Do we spend it? I think we might need it. It's like just an arrow. You know.
I don't know. It's a tough call, man, because
It's gonna murder us.
we're here and we're in trouble, and the faster that we can get
But
someplace other than here, the better off we are. I say go for it if you want it.
okay, I'll use it. Add a D10 plus my adrenaline, which is a 1, so another 11
Ooh.
to that.
Yes.
So I hit.
Nice.
Any extra flavor you want to give that hit?
It's going through the centipede. Like we'll say it hits the centipede square in the back.
That is excellent, because that centipede was going to detach, but as it begins to, and seeing the inevitable death, you're able to strike through, and I will allow it with a max effort. Well done, and using a grit.
Brilliant.
The body goes limp.
Whew. Rolled a 2. Okay.
Well done, Vegas. Take a hero coin.
Oh, thank goodness, I needed one.
Stealing the nerves, taking down the mutant horror. All right, Mitch.
Right. I turn around to the powerful creature who's been chasing us, and I stick the shotgun right in his face and get some.
Oh, take my hero coin. Take it.
Well, actually,
Oh,
it's an automatic,
yeah.
so I just need to not roll a 1, which I did.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yes, sir.
So I hit it with
Gotta roll
a
damage.
D8 and then add 6.
Oh, yeah.
10 points.
Crushed him. His head is removed from his body, and his body is blasted up against the wall and curls up like a bug
Nice.
and is fallen dead.
Little reflexive, twitchy foot movements.
Excellent.
Okay, I've used half of my
Excellent.
I've used half of my shotgun ammo.
I think you're going to use the rest of it by the time we're out of here.
Use it if you got it,
Okay.
right?
Psycho.
Yeah, I gotta get my girl out of here. You know, this is it. It's I've got to pull through getting all this stuff. So we'll go for it. We'll just again, basics. Just using my strength. Just trying to rip this cocoon layer by layer off. This gross, like oily bug stuff. It's an
Gonna be
8.
easy.
Yep.
Is that enough to get you there?
It would be an 8. Rolled.
Take my hero coin. Take my hero coin.
All right.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
got to get her off. of there.
We're gonna hero coin this.
Let's do it.
I see that timer.
Oh!
Oh my god. No. No. Kai.
Okay. The only other option is grit.
I could add a grit. A grit would. I mean, yeah. Okay, I don't want to use it
Adding
more
it to a
than we
war.
have to, but
Don't you have
but I do
adrenaline?
have 9 adrenaline, so it'd be
Yeah,
plus
let's do it.
9.
That's a good
So
time to use
I
grit.
think that's actually worth it. So let's do it. Okay. So 1 plus 5 plus 9
That's 15.
brings us to 15.
You go completely feral and you're just digging through this and it's covering you, but you're able to drag her free and pull her away from the wall just as the centipede is moving down to attack. Well done.
I pull her out and I kiss her.
Oh yeah.
Man, gross. She's covered in goo, bud.
She's covered in slime, but I don't care.
That's a hell of a
Oh,
bonus
yeah.
action.
I love that. So what I'm gonna say is roll a d4, and that's how many adrenaline you lose as you just find your center, holding her in your arms again.
Okay. So
Okay.
down 1.
Okay. You pull her and kind of hide her behind you as the centipede was looking to strike. That
Let's
brings it
get
back
out
to
of
you.
here.
Kai is exhausted and nearly limp, but she says, "No, we can't leave. There's so many in the room. They need
Don't think about
to
it.
die.
Don't think about it.
They need to die.
Don't think about it.
Please, if we leave here without going, it'll be the end of us all. Please, do what you must, but it must be stopped." She's kind of getting these gasping words out, saying in the next room there's something even more terrible that awaits the waste, and you have a chance to stop it.
Rule number 2. Rule number 2.
All right.
The centipede snakes down and is going after Psycho. Psycho, I need you to roll a dexterity check. Straight up.
Okay.
Woo!
Yes! Take an attack against it immediately.
Alrighty. Yes. Let's do it. I'll just punch it straight up.
Yes.
But it's a
get you there?
13. It's a 13, so that doesn't.
Okay. You're able to throw it to the side and avoid it, but you weren't able to kill it. So you kind of like just toss it over to the side as it kind of crumples in the corner.
Okay.
+3 to this roll. 16. Ooh, it's enough.
Yep.
Does 5 damage.
I have 5 hit points. That's it. I'm down to 0.
Apparently my camera is screwing up, so I'm just going to turn it off.
So,
So,
I pass out.
not only is he down and dying, but he has been speared with one of these blades. And as he's speared, you Vegas, you would be able to see this. You see the centipede on the back of this mutant's back begin to detach and move towards Psycho.
Okay.
Both of these creatures are dead. The centipede is there, but Psycho is pinned, and Kai is kind of like kicking back away from this whole event in fear, but still alive nonetheless. Vegas, what do you do?
So I'm gonna shout to Mitch and say, "We got Kai. She says there's something else going on here. We got to find out what." And he, dives into the room. I feel like Vegas is the kind of character that says something and then immediately jumps in the opposite direction out of sight for who knows what. But he was gonna knock a bow. He was gonna knock an arrow, but seeing the centipedes like detaching before he does it, he's just gonna have the bow and the arrow in his hand, and he's just gonna come down and try to like spear the thing into the ground, like in its head, just with the arrow directly.
And go ahead and give me a strength roll.
19 straight.
Nice.
It immediately shrivels. You don't even need to roll damage against this thing. It's not tough, and immediately shrivels as your arrow pierces through it, and it kind of crumples into a ball. And you've killed this thing that's moving towards Psycho. This horror, seeing what's happened and seeing he doesn't have a reason to pin down Psycho anymore, removes the spear from Psycho and then kind of like pulls it back in a praying mantis fashion, ready to strike at you, Vegas. Mitch, what do you do?
Okay. Well, we got a mess happening here. Let's see. Mitch is gonna run to the doorway, and if I am in close range to that centipede there, I'm gonna pull out the old trusty knife.
Okay.
And you know what? Actually, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I was going to pull it, but I'm actually going to pull up just shy of close range, and I'm going to throw it instead.
Okay.
Whew.
Yes, sir.
And then plus 6. So that's a hit with the knife. And weapon damage.
Enough. It's a fragile little creature. Just a successful strike takes it down.
And that's my turn.
Okay.
All right. So, death timer and roll for miracle.
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll roll for miracle first, I suppose.
Woohoo!
Oh my god.
Miracle!
Hooray!
First time I've seen that. That's awesome.
I'm powered by love. I saved my girl and nothing can stop me.
So I think what I imagine here is that as this, creature thinks that you're down, it kind of turns around. In the gloom behind it, Psycho rises to your full height. You have your turn, sir. What do you do?
I just
Anything you do is
rise.
going to be easy.
I rise up behind it and go to strangle it.
Yes. It was at 20. It's going to be easy. Yes.
All right, I do it. We strangle it with adrenaline 8 added to my basic effort, which is normally plus
sir.
2. It's going to be plus 10. 13,
Yes.
13 basic effort.
You
He's like so hyped up.
You find whatever human neck is left inside of that creature, and it snaps underneath your fists. As your fists almost come together as you crush it, and the whole body goes limp in your hands.
Oh man!
Take a hero coin. Freaking epic moment as the thing falls to a heap.
I was prepared to be like, oh, I died to save my girl. It was
Not today.
The whole team
No.
gains a grit as they see Psycho leap up into action and take matters into his own hands.
Thank you
Excellent,
very
well
much.
done. And with that, and the creature's final cries, the room grows quiet. Just the heavy breathing of battle resting. The slight stirring from other cocoons, but no other creatures appear to be ready to emerge yet. You hear the crumbling sound of rocks echoing through the tunnels, and the cries and screeches, and you realize not only are the workers ready to come, but there will be... You recognize the sound, and you know that the hunting party that had gone out to attack Digger's Pit, and it was in turn chasing Bertha, has caught up to you, and they are digging through as well. In 2 turns, they break through that wall and begin to make their way through the tunnels.
Oh, flip.
With
Double
that
crap.
recognized sound, I need you all to roll a charisma roll. If you fail, you gain an adrenaline.
Yep, fail. I'm at 2.
No, you made it, Vegas.
What? No,
I
You got
failed.
17.
I rolled a 9.
Oh, I made it? Okay. Yep, I did. Huh.
19 for me.
Nice.
So
Psycho has been
I'm
piling
up to
up
9 adrenaline,
adrenaline.
but I think it's so in character though for him to be like high adrenaline all the time.
I love that it's the first time I've been able to see that bonus in action, so
The-
that's super cool to see.
Feral is kind of nuts with
Mm.
the
As it is meant to be.
Okay,
So
well,
one idea I wanted to play with is if you're over 10 adrenaline, if you're 10 or higher, every time there's an adrenaline check, it's a madness check.
I
So-
think that is absolutely
That's
I-
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
I think that
You're way
absolutely
too
should be the
hyped.
case.
You're
Yeah.
halfway to crazy
cameras.
anyway.
see if my camera's working yet. I like being able to see you guys. Okay, it's back to you guys. 2 rounds before those creatures punch through the tunnel walls. Eyes told you that something like some terrible fate awaits the waste unless you stop it in the next room. What do you do?
okay.
You're in a lab. There's items around, so you could definitely scrounge for things.
We don't got time.
But that open door is going to be a problem in a matter of time.
Okay, we don't got time for this. Look, if we go back the way we came, like Big Bertha, I don't care how good she is, like she's gonna get swarmed. Like the only way out of this is to find a back entrance. We got to go deeper to get out. And whatever Kai is making up from her hallucinogenic, high from the cocoon, something's going on. And I know Mitch wants to blow something up with that RPG. No, wait, Psycho has the RPG. So look,
Yeah.
we're not going to think about it. We're just going to go, lock the door, let's get it. And as he finishes talking, Vegas is just going to run.
Just scurrying along. I love it.
So, back where we were, did I miss any juicy side conversations?
Well, one, we're complimenting the system. We're on the edge of our seat. Mitch and
And
I...
we're crapping bricks.
Yeah, we both feel that one, we're screwed when the bugs show up. We're screwed if one of us goes down, and now we're carting around, the girlfriend, and Psycho is more like compromised because if it's between us and the girlfriend, he's gonna drop us.
Don't think of her as
And
the
then,
girlfriend. Think of her as the backup character.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Exactly.
Evan threw me a softball when he mentioned his girlfriend might be taken by the bugs. I was like, yes, she definitely has been.
I love having a character that has a strong motivation in the world and also just like giving the GM a freebie to kind of work with. Yeah.
Perfect. That was really nice with the locket and everything too. It's been great.
It worked so well. The locket was the inspiration. Yeah. That was like, it was basically just like, who is the locket of? Who's the loved one? And how can I tie that in? So, yeah.
Okay. Here we go, guys. Vegas, just ran to the door, kind of making his way out. Yeah, with you taking just a full turn to move, you can get kind of back into the hallway here.
Okay.
And that brings us to Mitch.
Okay. I followed the dusty dude out the door.
Okay.
Bazinga. That's my turn.
All right. I will turn to Kai and be like, well, let's go. Whatever we've got to do, we don't want to stand around, and I'll try to bring her with me and move as far as I can.
Okay. Yeah, she's with it enough to be able to move with you guys, so yeah, you don't have to drag her necessarily. She's kind of got the wind back in her sails, so you guys are all kind of making it out to the door. Okay. Bugs are breaking through. You hear their screech and their cries a lot stronger at this point. And yeah, and that's where we are. This ticks down a turn. What do you do?
Vegas is gonna, like, as Mitch shows up, he's cranking the door shut and locking it as best he can, and then
Good call.
yeah, and then as soon as he finishes that, he's just gone again.
Excellent. Go ahead and give me an intelligence roll real quick.
That is a 14.
Excellent. Okay, that's your lock is very effective. There's some kind of complicated mechanism, but you get it. You get every bolt locked down that you can, so it's solid.
Nice.
Okay, and you can kind of get up toward the doorway there, where you'll kind of have a full movement once you get to the other side.
Okay.
The one bummer about the setup is I don't get to hear the music. So it's like, like split the sound. Okay, that was Vegas. Mitch.
Okay, Mitch is basically not gonna move. He is going to just stay, trying to get him just out of the way. There you go. Right there. Just post it up. And he is going to recover con +1. So 3 points.
Okay, well, yeah, you're in safety. So yeah, I'm fine with you recovering. Just straight up.
That gets me back up to 8.
Okay. Solid. And you can make it a little farther down. It's kind of, you're just taking deeper breaths, kind of, cracking all your knuckles, kind of getting the wind back in your sails, and you can kind of make it farther
That's
than
cool.
that. But you're just kind of taking a little bit more time than a straight up sprint.
Okay, yeah, definitely not. It's like, normally I would just be sucking it up for one turn in place. But yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'm good.
No problem.
Sorry. Vegas is a runner.
Yeah. Psycho will probably take a cue from Mitch and do the same thing. Maybe kind of just following behind, try to recover a little bit, having been taken down by that bug thing. Is still on 1 HP, so we'll see if we can.
Yeah, I'd say, well, it doesn't matter because you got it, but yeah, it'd just be automatic for you as well.
Okay.
Since you guys aren't really under any pressure here, you can go ahead and recover.
Okay.
Awesome. Okay. With that, the bugs have made it through, and they begin to fill the tunnels. And on the other side of the doors are solid, these bulkhead doors. But you can hear the sounds of chittering and climbing and scratching, and that they're making their way in. They're gonna start They're going to reach these doors. So it's still a sprint as they kind of break through. They're going to reach the doors in 2 rounds and begin to break them down. So, those aren't going to hold forever. And that is everything for me. And Vegas, I assume that you move into the next room?
Yep.
Go ahead and pull that up for you. And you'll go ahead and have your turn.
Okay.
Pull all you guys forward. There's more light shining in this room as you come in. And Vegas, or Psycho and Mitch are behind. But Vegas, you kind of take in this full sights here. And as you do, you see these walkways above the environmental room, and there's this big tank that's chugging and producing atmosphere for, kind of filtering things, and different pipelines of gas moving along. You kind of take this all in. As you look down over the side of the catwalk, you see this muck and this moisture filling the bottom, and it is absolutely filled with these maggot larvae. They're about the size of like those caterpillars and such, and you kind of see them all in various stages and forms, but they are just absolutely writhing and filling all of this this space down below. You see all of this, and as you kind of approach, you realize that these are more of these creatures that are forming these cocoons and these centipedes and these different types of roach monsters. And as you look across the room, you see one shape rising tall in the muck, in the gloom. And biggest that you've seen so far. Scorpion tail appendages ready to strike like cobras above it. 2 giant claws kind of moving with multiple appendages down beneath it. These more dexterous claws out in front of it, like a little bit like T-Rex arms. You see one of these things rise. You've heard legends of these monsters being faced and how terrible they can be, and you see it watching and guarding the nest. I need you to make a madness check as you see it rising out of the gloom.
Yeah, this is the madness comes from a past life screaming.
You make it.
Nice.
But you do take D4 adrenaline as you see the creature. You take 3 additional adrenaline. As you look and you see all of this, you know that this spells doom for the waste if these things are allowed to breed and grow, but this could be a chance to cut off so many of them and to stop it at its source. You don't know exactly how they breed, but you know that you've found the nest. There is an exit on the far catwalk, and you kind of see like a broken sign that leads to stairs on the far side. As you take this scene in, you also see some manual levers for overriding the gas control, and you clearly see that this is one of 2. And this is all kind of taken in with keen observation, and you think maybe there's just a chance that these could do something. There's a control room to your right. You can kind of see in one of the windows. The way that I'm reading this map, there's not a direct path into that room. There's kind of like a little balcony, but there's a gap between you and the room. And, the ground is beneath there. So this is a drop. So you could jump, but you can't walk directly over there.
Got it.
And that's what you take in. And we are going to roll competing rolls to see who acts first as you come into the room and reset initiative.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I get +6. So you got to be an 8.
And is it just what are we plussing? Dexterity?
Dexterity. Yep.
I get +1, so that's a 4. So you go first.
Okay. Yep. The creature moves around the muck, jumps up, and approaches on the catwalk. And this is the action that it takes. 2. Okay. It comes up and is going to try to snatch you in one of its claws. And it gets +6 to strength. So I think that's just enough to capture you.
Yeah, that's
So,
meat. Yeah.
Mitch and Psycho, as you look down, you just see this shadow appear in front of Vegas and grab Vegas in one of its claws. And Vegas is now trapped in one of its claws. In D4 rounds,
man.
Vegas will be cut in half beyond repair. Like, it is starting to close in on him, and it will snap him in half. 3 rounds, he is trapped. He can try to get free, but 3 rounds until that happens.
Understood.
All right.
It's not working to pull out a timer. We will leave that for now. Okay. You see all this. You're able to kind of get into the room and take an action. So I went first, just to kind of reestablish that. But the timer's not going to take down or anything. I just wanted to see if this beast would have a chance to act before anyone else did.
Yeah.
So it brings us back to Vegas. Vegas, you do take weapons damage as well from this attack. So you take 5 damage. Is that enough to knock you out?
No, I'm at 1.
Okay. So you can make a strength roll to get free from this claw. It's going to be a hard strength roll. You got to be at 15 or higher.
Okay, before I do though, I do want to pass something by you. My ability as a duster is Ghost, and it says once per session, I just flat out disappear for D4 rounds.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So what I'm going to propose is that as he gets snatched, I want to activate my ability Ghost and disappear. But for him, it's he gets caught in the bone armor that he has, and it clenches on him, and the bone holds it just enough that he can slip out of it.
Yes.
He still has his poncho and everything, but he slips out of it, loses the bone armor, it gets crushed, and then he's on the catwalk, just disappeared for a certain number of rounds. Is that okay?
That is amazing. Take the hero coin. That is so cool, because this thing basically pulls in and thinks that it still has you. Do you want to drop on this side or on this side? Where do you want to drop? You have the choice.
I'm gonna drop on the left side because I think Vegas is going for the control panel. He's not thinking anymore. I lose my charisma bonus. That sucks, but
Such a clutch move, though.
yeah.
So clutch.
That was awesome. I mean, that was very awesome.
Go ahead and roll the D4.
3 rounds.
All right.
I'm just disappeared.
So good.
Hell yeah.
This
Here.
is for the...
Here, I can just do it like this.
Yeah, perfect. I need to get my timer up for the bugs coming.
Okay. Yeah, I'll manage my disappear timer.
Sounds great. Okay, you got 3 more rounds. I think that's your whole turn.
Yeah, that feels enough for me.
Okay, so this thing everyone except for Vegas is convinced that is still Vegas clutched, because in the gloom you guys can't really make out that he slipped out.
Yeah.
So this thing howls in victory as Vegas kind of slips to the side. Ah, so good. Brings us to Mitch.
Okay. I would like to run straight down and take the shotgun and press it into its carapace right between the head and thorax and pull the trigger.
All right. You were running down that hallway for quite a ways, so it's still going to be what I need you to do is make a dexterity roll to sprint that far. This is not for taking the shot. It's just do you get all the way there?
Okay.
So go ahead and make a dex roll for me, since you were still down the hallway a little bit. You made it.
Good to go.
Mitch charges up the catwalk, and the gun goes off. So that shotgun fires. Go ahead and roll damage as you get right up in its face.
8 points total.
Okay. So a big chunk of it falls away, but it's still very much alive and kicking.
Just start screaming. Just start screaming.
Okay.
That'll do.
Brings us to Psycho.
All right, I will come in here, also moving just down the hallway a bit, and see the poncho like in the claw of this bug, with with Vegas nowhere to be seen, and just be like, "Damn you!" And I think he'll try to seeing Mitch there fighting the beast. Looks around into the window and sees that lever, and maybe is going to try to leap across onto this this balcony here.
Yeah. Go and give me a dex roll.
My dex is not good; it's 0.
Hey, take my hero coin. Take my hero coin.
Oh, I've got a hero coin. I'll re-roll it.
Okay.
I can use my hero coin. All right. This is still plus 0, so 11.
Okay, well.
Okay. So you are hanging on the edge of the balcony, but it's going to take all of your effort just to get up to the balcony on the next turn.
Okay.
Kai kind of stumbles in, and she does the classic, high-pitched scream, having seen everything that's unfolding before you. Oh, man. All right. Vegas has disappeared. Psycho is hanging from the balcony. That leaves Mitch square in the sights of this hulking creature, and it's kind of those things where like you think that you killed it with that gunshot, and its head kind of whips back, but then it
Nice.
slowly turns its head forward toward you, and like all these needle teeth are open before you. It gets +6 to its roll. I'm gonna see what it does. Okay, so he's gonna take a +6 here, and that's not enough. So what's happening is these big scorpion-like tails are whipping toward you and trying to strike you with toxin, and it is going to continue to do so with its additional turns. It rolled a 1, kind of gets a pincher stuck. It takes its final turn. Oh, 18. So you are going toe to toe with this creature, as these like little stingers and barbs. It kind of covers itself up with the claws, and these stinger and barbs are just whipping at you, and you're left dodging right, and it's unable to land that thing. But if it did land, it would be terribly poisonous. In addition,
duck, dip.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
John Wick the heck out of it. And in addition, the shot that you took, you see that waxy goo forming back around it as it heals for an additional 1 health.
Uh-oh. Okay. And Mitch just says, "I'm doing what I'm supposed to be. Guys, solve this."
Okay. All right, Vegas. What do you do?
Sorry, Mitch, but Vegas is just gonna run over here as far as he
No,
can.
that's the right thing. That's the right thing to do.
And
Yep.
he wants to try to flip this switch.
Okay. As you do, you hear a hiss, and you see that you've basically like opened one of the valves on this tank, and a gas is spewing forth from it, and the smell that you smell, I don't know scientifically, you guys might be able to help me out, but a flammable gas that's kind of odorless, or has an odor, but you can't see it per se.
Like propane or things like that.
Yeah, we'll go with propane.
Aromatic hydrocarbons.
There you go. So, you see that coming out, and you see it kind of leaking a little bit out of the thing, but you realize there's another valve that can be opened, and if you do, this room is going to become very flammable with any spark.
Oh,
Or
There's
shotgun blast.
already a chance of it. Yep.
Okay.
I will tell Mitch that in a moment. It's not an issue right now.
All right,
All right.
Mitch.
Then, being none the wiser, and in the moment, he fires the shotgun again.
Okay. Is that your last shotgun bullet?
No, I have one more after this.
Okay. All right. You stick that thing right in its gut and fire it again. You spin the bullet and go and roll damage. Ooh.
You could spend a
Okay,
grit.
7 point. Oh, that's right. I can add a grit if everybody's okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm at 7
go
with
for
my
it.
bonus,
Do it.
and is that a 12?
That's a D10 plus your
D10.
adrenaline.
I am gonna say that is gonna cost an additional bullet if you're gonna spend it. If you're gonna take another shot.
I'll do it since I'm here and since the place is going to blow up anyway. It would only got me another point though, and then my current adrenaline is 5.
Yep.
No, sorry, 4.
All right.
So
So what's the total?
So my total is what it says 7 plus 5 is 12.
12.
12.
Nice.
That's still
Okay.
awesome.
And I'm going to stay right there toe to toe with the thing.
You are brave. Or crazy.
And also not that smart. So it's a trifecta.
Okay.
So
Cycle.
I will try to climb up here onto the balcony.
Okay.
You want some strength for that, or?
Well, I think that's all of your movement is just getting up onto the balcony.
Okay.
If you see into this room, you see some a control panel, and you see the other lever for the gas tank. And that's as far as you can make it. So you can do an action from there if there's anything that you can do in that place, but you're not able to move farther because you didn't make that leap.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll get ready. I'll move in there next time, but I'll turn around. Like, I'll just climb up onto the edge of the balcony, and hearing the shot go off, I'll turn around towards Psycho, slinging the Valkyrie around the shoulder. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, catch!" And I'm gonna try to toss the rocket launcher to Mitch. I mean.
Oh, wow. Okay. Go ahead and roll a.
Hey, Gunner.
That's going to be a strength roll because you're throwing
Sure.
a pretty heavy piece of equipment. So go ahead and give me an easy strength roll.
Okay. We'll do that. Oh, man. Hey, Gunner, catch! As I just whiff.
Take my hero coin. Take my hero coin.
Hero coin, we'll re-roll. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, there it is.
Oh, there you go. There you
There it
go.
is.
Well done.
Thank you.
So I don't know if you've caught yourself before you actually throw something. If before you actually throw it, like it kind of slips out of your hand a little bit and you catch it by the very end. So I imagine that kind of happens a little bit where he catches it and then he's like, oh, and then pulls it back in, gives them their toss,
Yeah.
and the rocket launcher falls at the feet of Mitch, who's it's a terrifying prospect.
With gas leaking into the room and everything.
Yes. Okay,
It's showtime.
it is showtime.
Thank
You
for the hero
hear
coin.
a loud thud as the bugs have reached the doors and are beginning to claw their way through. And classic movie fashion, there's big metal dents forming as they're punching their way through. How long? Only one round. That's how long the doors hold.
Oh, did you already do that?
Yeah, it's there.
Sorry, I was looking for it. Beat me to it. Sorry.
I've been looking for an excuse to pull out that different stuff. There you go. Make it a little bigger. There we go. those doors are only going to hold for one more round before they start breaking into the lab. I is at another door, so there's another chance it will delay. But yeah, there it is. This creature is absolutely fed up with Mitch just like dodging and dipping and diving, and it is up to your ways. And instead of just trying to dodge, it just completely wraps all of its limbs around you. Mitch, if you roll a 20, you will be able to escape, and that is the only way you will escape.
Understood.
Oh,
Okay.
Nope.
So-
Couldn't.
It
That would have
holds
been a mod 19, but not a 20.
oh man.
It holds you tight in its grasp, and it squeezes you, and then it brings down one of its stingers. I need you to make a hard strength roll.
Nope. Oh, well, nope.
Okay. Okay. The stinger sinks into your flesh. Roll a hard Constitution roll.
Come on. Oh no.
No, he did.
Do we have grit? No.
No, there's
Yeah.
one grit left, I think,
Take
but
it.
there's
Or I don't know.
you guys
Well-
might need it worse than I do.
Well, you are down to 0 HP, and you are dying. And with that neurotoxin, you are just going to have one round to live if you let this stand, because it's very effective.
Take it. Take the grit. Resist.
Yeah, it's yours if you want it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But your
All right.
choice. Your choice.
I will do it. What do I have to do? I just use the grit to soak some of the damage.
It's to make the Constitution roll was what
I gotta make
was what we were finding
Okay.
out.
I'm +2 con. I hope it was worth it,
Okay.
guys. Here it goes.
Here we go. Okay, the poison starts to course through your veins, and what this looks like is you are down to 1 health, but you are not dying.
Understood.
So it brings you down to 1, and you're weak as the poison works its way through you, and you're at 1 health.
Got it.
It considering you basically finished having poisoned you, it sees another threat, and it begins to move past you, and it sees Psycho, and is going to leap across the balcony, and is going to strike at Psycho, and he hits.
Yep.
And a D4 is going to be a 2. So you are held in its pincher claws. You take 2 damage, and you are held firm in its grasp. You will be cut in half in 3 rounds.
I'm glad I recovered it. 3 HP. Ugh. I hate bugs. Is that my turn?
It
Or-
is.
Who's
That
turn?
was all finishing up
Oh, no,
this
that's this
creature's
guy.
actions. So then that brings us to Vegas. That switch is good to go.
Okay. Vegas is just gonna run past Mitch as far as he can, and all Mitch hears is
Your
just
runner.
he just hears the of the cloak flashing by him.
Yes. It's so good.
And that's all Vegas is gonna do.
Okay. Mitch, rocket launcher, your feet, your friend in the claws.
I am going to drag myself over to the RPG, prop it against the railing of the catwalk, and shoot that fucker in the head.
You will be damaging Psycho. You realize this?
I do.
It's a rocket explosion. All right. Yeah. Go ahead and roll a dex for me. I think you still make it. You have a huge bonus on dexterity. If
Plus,
I remember
plus
correctly.
6 is 14.
So I gave
you
you
give
the
me-
rocket launcher.
Can you give me a one-liner, please?
My best one-liner is RPGs kills bugs dead.
Boom! Explosion.
What is the damage effect on the evil
It's triple
RPG?
ultimate.
Nice. All right, here we go. 1,
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
2,
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
3,
Yes. Oh.
That's so much.
and then add another 6.
Yeah, we'll just throw another 6.
39? Was that 39? That's insane.
Yeah, that's 39.
Psycho, I need you to make a hard Constitution roll for me.
Come on, buddy. Pull through and get the girl.
Plus 3 is 13, but it's hard, so no.
Okay. Guys, I don't know how to adjudicate like 39 damage
I think
next to the guy. I think he's
I
dead.
think I'm dead. I think
Yeah.
I think I'm dead. That's
I
all-
don't want
that's-
to be a bummer here.
Hey.
A rocket launcher just roasted him.
I am sorry. I am sorry, brother.
That's it's all good. I saved my girl. That's a happy death, you know.
And I'm so sad Kai has to watch that.
Well, yeah, that's pretty sad.
Well, I think
Kai has a 50-50 chance of going crazy. It's rolling now. Let's see what she gets. Yeah, she goes crazy. She's lost her mind. She's just a weeping mess
so.
on the catwalk.
Let me ask this, Psycho. Like, it's your girlfriend, so if she goes crazy, what is she gonna do? Like, are we gonna have to drag her out of this, or like?
I don't know. I think that probably if just roll on madness to see what happens, maybe. If she's going crazy, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, it's all negative for her.
Sure.
At this point, like it's just so
Sure.
overwhelming. So give me a D10. It's just going to be the first 10 results. See what
Gotcha.
happens to her. She's dead.
She has a heart attack. She has. This is. I mean, hey, it's true love. Like they went out together.
Romeo and Juliet
died of a
style.
broken
Yeah.
heart.
That could have gone a lot better.
You know,
though, I
that
have to
actually,
say.
though, for the story, though, I think that makes perfect sense.
Oh.
Guy grips her heart, like the outside. It just grips at it and then just falls and slumps down and is limp on the catwalk. The dice have spoken. Oof. And
That is
Mitch,
tragically romantic.
I need you to make a madness check because you just killed 2 people, and it's a pretty insane thing to do. So go ahead and give me a madness check, please.
Okay, is that D10?
It's a D20. You're looking to
D20
get higher than
first.
your adrenaline, so I think you're good.
Yeah. Whew.
I was like, bogus.
You take another adrenaline, one more.
That puts me up to
Sparks
whatever, 6, 5, 6,
are
something like that.
beginning to form, and the fire begins to spread, and the gas is also spreading, and it is going to be hitting that fire soon. At this point, with a giant fire broken out, you don't need to hit that other lever. Like, this room is going to catch fire.
Okay.
I think it's gonna happen in a round. So
Oh, and around. Oh boy.
it's an RPG went off with a gas leak. All right, here we go. I'm gonna roll a d6. It's either 1 or 2 rounds. So 1 through 3 is 1 round. All right, you got 2 rounds
Oh, flip.
until the room explodes.
Okay, is it Vegas' turn?
Okay.
That was insane, guys. That was Mitch's turn. Psycho's dead. And it's back to the GM turn. Nothing else is really happening. The doors have broken down, and the swarm of bugs are now making their way through the lab. And they are going to reach you. They're just sprinting their way to protect the hive, and they're going to reach you, and they're going to start pouring through those doors in one round.
Okay.
Vegas, you're up, I think.
Okay. I'm gonna use the last of my. I suddenly appear behind Mitch, and I just lift him up underneath the scruff of his neck and his arms. Just lift him up so he's standing, and I just have to look at him deep in the eyes and don't think about it. It's rule number 2. Don't think about it. And you just gotta start. I'm gonna start pulling him with me if I can, as far as I can go.
Go ahead and make a con roll for me.
Woo!
Let's go.
Nice.
Let's go. You not only drag him, you do a fireman carry, and you have him on your back. And you make your way about halfway to the door, and you are huffing and puffing, but you are in the zone.
Can I use... Mitch, do you want me to use the last grit to push us all the way there?
Let's go for it.
Okay. Can I use the last grit to grit my teeth and just get out of this room?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
My hero.
You make your way through the door, and you see a stairwell that's leading up and up, and you begin to make your way up the stairs. That's all happening as the gas spreads, filling the room. It's about to hit the sparks. Swarms of hunting, praying mantises fill the room and start climbing along the walls, the ceiling, just filling everything, seeking out the threat to the hive. You hear squeals of panic as they see the maggots are burning, and they smell the gas, and they know that something is terribly wrong. You make your way up the stairs a little bit farther, and the gas hits the flames. A huge explosion fills. Both of you roll me a Constitution roll.
It's a 15.
Okay. Vegas, you are standing as you're thrown, but Mitch, the concussive wave hits you and throws you, and you hit your head up against the wall and black out. And the last scene is is Vegas carrying Mitch out with smoke pouring out as you leave a secret entrance in the canyon and make your way out from this lab, and smoke pouring out. And the kind of last scene is throwing Mitch onto the ground as you finally get to the open air, both of you gasping, but silence behind you as no bugs are in pursuit, and you have destroyed the hive.
Devastating.
Yes.
Devastating.
And that is our session.
That was out of control, guys.
Oh, man.
Out of control.
So good.
Well
Awesome,
played.
dude. Awesome
Well
session,
played.
JD.
Yeah, that was awesome.
All of you guys.
Everyone, yeah. Kane and Chris. Awesome stuff.
That was
That was super, super hard.